and welcome back to History Videos for Kids. Today, we are going to be talking about the Potato Famine that took place in Europe. For many years, the countries of Ireland and Britain fought. The Irish people wanted to rule themselves instead of having the British govern everything they did. After hundreds of years of fighting, instead of getting more freedom, the Irish lost even more of their independence. This was a big blow for the people of Ireland, but even worse things were on the horizon. In the year of 1845, rumors about an unusual problem were spreading. It started in Holland. There were reports of potato plants withering and turning black, and beneath the roots, the people soon found that the potato itself was actually rotting. What in the world was happening? Not too long after the rotting potato discovery, citizens of Britain and France also claimed that their potato plants were also rotting. This new and mysterious plant problem soon became known as the blight, or the murrain. Many people were crossing their fingers in hopes that the blight would not spread to Ireland. But the potato was very important to the Irish people. You see, they were living on British land, and they grew oats and wheats for the British. But the potato plant was for them and their families. They relied on this crop. They desperately needed it. If the fears of the Irish indeed happened, there would be little food supply in the whole country. One dreadful morning in 1845, during the month of September, an Irish farmer gently placed his hand in the ground to check on his potato plant. To his horror, he only felt squishy, rotten mush. In desperation, he began digging to see if in fact his other plants had been harmed, and if not, perhaps he could salvage them. But it was of no use. The poor farmer was devastated. The potato blight had spread to Ireland. The people assumed that the reason the potatoes were not doing well was due to train smoke, or electricity, or bird poop that had somehow managed to get underground. This, however, was not the case. It was a disease. While they did not see the cause, they did see and realized that they had no food and no potatoes to plant for next year. They knew that hard times were upon them. For many, many years, potato plant after potato plant succumbed to the disease. No one had any idea how to stop it. People died because of starvation. In fact, there were so many dead people that they invented a coffin that had a false bottom. As soon as they laid the person down in the ground, they would fall out of the coffin so that it could be used for the next dead person. Back in England, Parliament decided that the Irish were over-exaggerating. It couldn't be that bad, they thought to themselves. The poor Irish families could no longer pay rent, and they were evicted, which is cruel all by itself. But not only were their homes taken from them, but the English refused to let them eat the wheat and oats they grew. While the Irish weren't getting much support from the English, there was one man named Robert Peel. He was an English minister, and he declared that something must be done about the famine. He fought with Parliament to hopefully have them repeal something called the Corn Laws, which made food very expensive for the Irish. At first they refused, but Robert did not let up, and they finally agreed. Because of what he had done to help the Irish, he wasn't very popular among the English. He eventually left, and the new minister wasn't even sympathetic towards the Irish, like Robert had been. He even stated that it was the Irish people's own fault. He said that if they had worked harder, this wouldn't have happened. After 5 horrible years of famine, farmers were delighted to finally dig up healthy potatoes. In 1850, the blight was completely gone. But the lives of the Irish people would never be the same. Millions of Irish had either died or moved to a new country. The citizens of Ireland hated England even more because of the lack of help during the time of need. They continued fighting for many years. Well, that wraps up our history lesson on the potato famine. See you next time. That was horrible.